Well, we are back, people. It's time for chapter 13 of Love at Stake. Let's get right to it as the excitement continues to build. Here we go. Lucian's gaze settles on the far wall, and he clears his throat. It's not a glorious story. I was born a peasant, lowest of the low. How did you become a vampire? A woman, one who was beautiful and cruel. Lucian, how did you meet her? Let's do that. She saw me walking past dark, and she wanted me. Well, really? Because you were handsome? Yes. When we first turn, there is little we won't do for our sires. I was her perfect toy. His tone is so bland, but it does nothing to stop the horror and sadness clawing your heart. Do you see her anymore? You gasp as Lucian flips you onto your back, the bed sheets rustling beneath you. She was in France during the Revolution, lost her head along with many of her comrades. You must have been so, let's say, sad, we'll say that. She was my sire. Whatever our differences, I owed her much. I would have helped her had I been able. So you were alone? 4 years. Lucian moves down your body, his lips fall in the path. Okay, here we go. Until you found Melissa? He freezes suddenly, every line of his body filled with tension. Yes, until Melissa. His mouth continues whatever down your body, okay. Tell me about his sire, but not his daughter, not Claudette. Because they matter to him. You carved your fingers through Lucian's hair, making him smile against your stomach. Why they got to put this in between the story here? It's so ridiculous. He could talk about his sire and his transformation because they mean nothing to him. Bringing up Claudetta would be like showing me a piece of his heart. And that's not something that'll come into our affair. Amber, you're still distracted. His concerned eyes hold yours, two bright sapphires glittering in the dark. I'm fine, keep going, I'm just tired, we'll do that one. He climbs back up your body, rolling to one side and pulling your back against him. Then let's sleep. I must have exhausted you for the past few nights. His arms drape around your middle and you nearly cry from how perfect it feels, whatever. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we've had a busy schedule, haven't we? And with more to come. You close your eyes and let your body sink into his embrace. I've lived in this fantasy for as long as he lets me. You'll live there, okay, whatever. So, we didn't get much history about that, really. Hours later, you wake up to familiar weight at your back. Crackling, bleary eyelids opened. You turn and meet Lucian's steady gaze. What time is it? Early still. You won't have to go to work for another hour yet. Groaning, you burrow further into his side. I see why you want someone with a compatible work schedule as you. We could be lazy in bed all day together. Looking up at him, you expect to see the usual smile on his face. Instead, he studies your face with unfamiliar intensity, his eyes unreadable. If anything, he looks confused. I'll ask him what's wrong. He would have told me anyway, probably if I didn't spin the gems. He shakes his head. Nothing's wrong. With a ghost of his usual smile crossing his face, he tucks your hair behind your ear. I'm marveling at your perfection. Suddenly, he was pulling you tightly against his chest. My beautiful, breakable mortal. What? You let out a tiny, strained cough. Emphasis on breakable. Chuckling, he loosens his hold, and you take advantage of the opportunity to press a kiss underneath his chin. You touch Your touch chases away the shadows from his eyes, but not all of them. Your mortal is also hungry and should get breakfast before work starts. I'll call my driver for you. Sounds good. That way they can see me going to work. Rent a car. Okay, anyway, sitting up, you brush one last kiss across his pale cheek. I'll see you tonight. Tonight. It's another day at work. Today I'll wear something free. There we go. I'll do that. You type away at your keyboard, your mind elsewhere. What was that look from earlier this morning? What did he mean? He's having doubts about us. I'll do that. But why would he? Nothing's changed. The mental image of his bare body over yours fills your mind. We have off-the-chart chemistry. That counts for something, right? You glance down and realize you've finished adding the new client's information. Saving it, you check your watch again for the 4th time today. Just a few more hours until I see Lucian. A knock sounds at your door as Chloe pokes her head in. I've got something for you. Do you mean a package? More files to enter? Lunch? Let's do lunch. Something better. I helped him straighten some details with his account, and he wanted to know if you're free right now. A man steps into your office, a crooked smile on his full lips, your eyes widen in recognition. You're Christian K. We've exchanged a few emails. Uh-oh. It's the werewolf with a 96% match rate. It's funny how on all these shows you always have the people hooking up, the werewolves and vampires and stuff hooking up with humans. It's just funny. Anyway, I said you weren't doing anything. Have fun, you two. Chloe winks at you before disappearing and closing the door behind her. Christian turns a megawatt smile on, reaching out to shake your hand. I'm glad to finally meet you. He offers his hand. You shake it automatically, feeling dazed by his presence. He's a lot more handsome than in his profile photo. His auburn hair frames warm amber eyes. Your gaze moves to his broad shoulders and bulging biceps. Amber. Heat creaks up your cheek. Let's see. Sorry, I'm gonna do this right here. I've been busy with emails and lost whatever. I meant to say sorry again. No worries. As Chloe mentioned, I was coming in anyway, so I thought I'd try my luck. Wow, look at that. He gestures to the empty seat in the front of your desk. May I see it? Please. Taking your own chair, you study the handsome werewolf in front of you. I'm not sure how to handle this. I have Lucian, don't I? So you work for Fated Match. Must be an interesting gig. Well, I really like helping people, matchmaking, talking to people. We'll do that. I like hearing about their problems and talking them through it. It's rewarding. Christian nods as he understands you perfectly. I'm a chef myself, catering mostly and some restaurant work. You're a chef? You don't work with your pack? Tried it, wasn't my cup of tea. Wow. That's rare. Only powerful shifters can break away from the rules. Lower members of the pack are rarely allowed to work in the human world, which means Christian has some serious pull. Do you like working with supernaturals? I wouldn't stay if I didn't. His charming grin widens in excitement like a puppy dog. Does that mean you've dated a werewolf before? Or a wolf before? I haven't. Lucky me then. Christian plants his elbows on your desk, his golden gaze holding yours. Look, I've used Faded Match for years and it's never really gone anywhere. But when I saw our match rating, I was floored. A 96% is pretty unheard of. I know. Few pairs have that close of a compatibility rating, and when they do, they almost always end up together long term. So I thought I could try to meet you. Can I take you to dinner or something? Let's see. Doesn't it bother you that I'm human? Let's do that. No, I figured I'm more than my wolf. You must be more than your humanity too. I didn't want that to stand in the way of meeting you. For 96% pairing, very little would make me want to walk away. There we go. What would? If you're not a Yankee fan, I think we're done here. Actually, I love the Yankees. There we go. I'm a total sports girl, in fact. You're my kind of girl. We'll have to go to a game sometimes. First things first, though, how about that dinner? Oh, yeah, I'd love to, but I have to be honest with you, Christian. I just started dating a vampire. I forgot to change my profile. Oh, no. Vampire, huh? Cold-blooded suckers? You frown in confusion as a slow smile curves Christian's lips. Then, reaching into his coat pocket, he pulls out a business card and writes something on it. He presses the card into your palm. Here's my number. But I just said, I know vampires are notoriously bad with humans, though. I have a feeling I'll be getting a call from you soon. Wow. I'm going to agree with him, because I want to date the wolf. Agree with Christian. You might have a point, but I'm still involved with him. 96% rating, honey. Tell me you're not interested in exploring that. Maybe if I were free. Christian shrugs his grin. Someday you might be, and let's face it. He gestures to the long, rugged length of his body. I'm not getting any older. Wow, despite it all, you find yourself laughing at his antics. I'll take the card, but I'm not making any promises. My offer to feed you still stands. I'm a sucker for anything spicy. Spicy food. I love it too. Yeah. How about that? It's like we're meant to be together. Fine. I'm keeping the card, but you need to leave. I'm going. You hold out your hand, and he takes it in his. His hands feel so nice around mine, so big, warm, and rugged. Before a flush gives you away, you try to let go of him. He holds on, pulling you closer instead. Just so you know, I'm a hell of a lot more fun than any leech. Ooh. He kisses your cheek before you can react, leaving you with the memory of his lips and a last wicked grin. What the heck was that? You know what that means, people. Now we have some excitement. That's just what we needed to keep the story going. So there it is, chapter 13. We'll see you guys tomorrow, chapter 14. Now the excitement's going to continue to build. That was a good episode. I like that. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Give the video a thumbs up. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Toodles.